good afternoon, KAZ Radio TV. I am your host, Montana Moore, with Block Incorporated, building business leaders of tomorrow today. Co-host over here, give me a whoop whoop.
Burning tires, whoop whoop.
You ain't say it right. All right, so welcome everybody to our show today. We have two special guests that are appearing on our show, but before that, we're gonna get to announcements. Got some announcements going on.
We got a few announcements. We had a great time over at the Masjid Bilal.
Yes, we did.
The business symposium. It had some great speakers. Our audience was magnificent. I mean, they chimed in. They had their opinions. And we love to engage the crowd. Isn't that right?
Yes, we did.
All right, so they were a handful. We had a wonderful time, and they will do the same thing next year around this time.
Right. I like being there. I thank Master for inviting us there. We had a good time, like we said, and people were like hungry for knowledge. They were hungry for the knowledge. They were hungry for getting the education of starting a business, being an entrepreneur, getting some new information that they never heard of before that Block offers, and pretty much, I think we're coming back.
Oh yeah,
I think we did a good enough job to come back. So.
Okay, and now the class is getting ready to start.
Oh yes, classes is getting ready to start on Sunday, March the 15th, from 1 to 4. That class is bursting at the seam. It's full. So now we have a waiting list for the May class, which is going to be starting. Let me see. The May class is going to be starting, I think, the 18th. I think. So I'm gonna look for that date. But yeah, our next class will be Monday and Sunday. Sunday and Monday. The Sunday class is from 1 to 4. Monday class is from 6 to 9 in May. It's starting the 17th and 18th of May. So if you want to register to get your nonprofit, your for-profit business structure and development, just call us at 216-815-7300. 216-815-7300, or visit our website at B as in boy, L as in Larry, O as in ocean, T as in Tom, Tom.org. All right, what else we got?
Very good. I got one quick announcement. Sponsored by Zeta Omega chapter of the Omega Sci-Fi fraternity, the Calvin H. Thomas Omega Talent Hunt. That will be March 22nd, 2020 at 12 p.m. at the Doubletree Hilton. That is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020 at 12 p.m. at the Doubletree Hilton. That's in Independence. Come out and support the kids. It's going to be a nice little talent show. We do this every year. It's going to be between Ohio and West Virginia. The winner of this contest is advanced to West Virginia. Also, this Saturday, me and my family will be having a skate party at the, Palisades Road, that U.S. skating ring. All right, that is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That is U.S. Skating Ring. Me and my brothers will be having a party there, okay? Come in and fellowship. We're not celebrating anything but just fellowship and just brotherhood and familyhood, so just come there and have a good time.
All right. So next up, we got the real estate class tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. So this is the, fifth week of the real estate? So they now going into the 5th week of the real estate. They already went to their field trip. They went on the field trip. I heard it was fantastic, very knowledgeable, and pretty much we have 3 more weeks? No, 2. Was it 2? 2 more weeks of the
2 more weeks.
So they're going into commercial and they're going into property management. I think those are the last, and then there's another one. Can't remember.
What I love about this real estate class is this. They headed out to see properties that are people that are flipping from the last class. So they're seeing the success or witnessing the success of the people or the students that came from previous classes. And this one is Nikki. I'm not going to say her last name, but she has a great deal going on with this Euclid house here. It's Euclid, but in the Wickliffe area. It looks very, very nice. She gutted it. Her talent, she's not really a rehabber. She's an artist. I mean, you should see the stuff that's in there.
Phenomenal.
It looks like I walked into
the
Hilton or something, yeah. But they went to go see that house. And then out of this class, moving quick, like one of the quickest moving students that we have already put a bid on a flip.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
and this is the fifth week.
okay.
I already put a bid in on the flip. It's a big project. It looked like it's going to be prosperous, and it's going to be a successful deal. Marvin did the real estate analysis on it. Thank you, Marvin, for stepping up and doing that. And then we expect to see a lot more of you do the same thing.
Okay, and I also want to say congratulations. I'm not going to say his name, but if you watch our show, just pay close attention. But he has commercial property donated in his nonprofit. So I want to say congratulations to your success on getting real estate donated to you from Learning from Block class. Yeah.
Yep.
So
how was the week overall?
the week has been very, very, very busy. I've been getting hit from the front, side, everywhere, trying to get into these real estate classes, to get into the block business classes, the training, getting calls for the group home training. So we've been busy. Congratulations to the training that was last Saturday for group home training. It was packed. It was about 30 people? 30 people in the class, in the program, and it was packed and hot, even though it was cold outside. So
Yep. It's been a busy week for us too. Even on the financial service side. Right now, because of, we got this thing that's going on with the coronavirus, and the way people move right about now, stock market is going up and down. I'm not going to make any advice or get any comments over the air right now. But only thing I can say outside of investments is be smart about how you move right about now. Right now is not the time to be around large crowds, okay? Protect yourself and don't believe the hype, okay? Just protect yourself. Be smart about it.
right. All right, so we got two special guests here. I guess we're supposed to have a third guest, but are they showing up today or just
No.
they're not showing? Okay, so we're gonna introduce. Let me make sure I got the name. Cradle to Crayons.
Caring and sharing.
Caring and sharing. All right, we have our host guest here, which is Lucretia Dillard, and we're gonna ask her a few questions about some things that goes on in her daycare, her entrepreneur talents, and what she's pursuing, and pretty much it's something else you're doing. Your nonprofit.
Yes.
Getting your nonprofit. Why would I forget that? Duh. Your nonprofit up and running. So I know we met. I think you came into the office. You signed up, and pretty much you was like, I want to come here, and we had sat down on the one-on-one, and I was like, oh, she ain't coming. She ain't coming because you had already had your paperwork already started.
Right.
From a third party, and then as we talked, I said, hey, I told you some errors that was in it. You corrected it.
Absolutely.
And pretty much you've been on fire since. I mean, when you first came, you missed like 2 days, but other than that,
hey,
you've been on fire. Your team, you brought your team in. They say you was like, hey, y'all going to the class too, because if we're gonna grow this nonprofit, I need y'all to know everything that I know. So your team came to the class.
If her team was there, that means she was there.
That's right.
thank you.
You know what?
Hey. Go for it.
Yeah, okay, he corrected me. So pretty much you guys have a lot of great ideas going, and pretty much you put your foot down on some things, saying, hey, no more of this. We gonna be doing this from now on. And I'm like, wow, she's already know what she's doing. She determined, she focused. And the thing is having a team. So you won't be going back and forth and confused and, pick it up, the paddle, put the paddle down, pick it up, put it down. So her team gets her straight on the straight and narrow tip. So that's what all the businesses need, right?
Yeah, that's what we need.
You need somebody to keep you in order.
I be having to keep some people in order.
So answer some questions.
Okay, see, you gotta keep people in order. Now tell me, what inspired you to start this business?
The nonprofit.
Yeah, the Cradle to Crayons.
Okay, so I started in 1997. First, I worked at a daycare center. Then my brother actually had got custody of his son. So I was going back and forth taking him to school. So I said, you know what? I'm going to open up my daycare center out in Lake County. And that's what I did 10 years ago last year.
Okay.
So then now we opened up a second location in 2016. which is Cradle to Crayons 2, and we service, that daycare is about 3 times the size of Cradle 1.
Okay.
We recently opened up Cradle 3, which is in Maple Heights, and that just services before school and after school. After that, you know, I have an excellent team. Could not do it without my team. And it's all about the culture that you bring to your program. So then I decided, I said, you know what, I want to start a nonprofit because we already give in the community a lot. So that's how I came to you guys.
Okay. I love the way you have it, like Cradle 1, Cradle 2, Cradle 3. I mean, it sounds warm. You know, like when
Yeah.
somebody say, I'm going to take my child to the Cradle 1, and how you have it structured. Tell us more. You said the nonprofit is going to do more of what? That's going to be separate from the for-profit.
Well, the nonprofit is primarily we're gonna have 2 sets of something else with the nonprofit, but it primarily is gonna focus on daycare center, home providers, owners, to help them and assist them with day-to-day. So even if they want to learn how to open up a child care center, okay, so you see videos on how to open up a child care center, or you might even go to a seminar, but when you're there, you don't know the ins and outs, the before, the zoning. And sometimes providers, they may have to want to get out the business. And so
Okay.
I want to be there for them as a comfort. That's where we're going to have our first support group. We're
Very
going to
good.
coach. I'm going to have people there that actually know what they're doing, that's been in the field, social workers, nurses, to kind of help them also, the process.
Okay. Tell me more about this culture. You said that, you know, to provide a culture. What makes your culture a little bit different than everyone else's?
Well, you want people that want to work for you, and you want to treat them the way you would want to be treated. So in childcare field, you know, you hear it's a lot of turnover, which there is. At Cradle to Crayons, I'm happy to say we have staff. I don't even want to call them staff. I want to call them team members that's been with me over 10 years. 8 years, 9 years, 7 years. We actually had a new preschool teacher. She's been with us almost a year now. She was a 2nd grade school teacher. She came out of the school system. She wanted to work with us, and she's awesome. You have to derive a culture. You know, you might have and help the teachers. So we're most of them are women, so they need a day off. Give them a day off, you know, and you come in and work that day for them. You know, a half a day, a thank you, different things like that. If they go on maternity leave, before they even started this on the news, we always pay for their maternity leave. If they have a sick parent that is out, you know, they need to take care of their sick parent, why not pay them for that? You know, because if it was not for them, it would not be you. So that's just the way I've always done things.
Now, when you say team, and we have the luxury and the pleasure of meeting your team, your
Aw.
aces. I call them both aces because they both
Yeah.
is your ride or die. You care about them so much that you make it your business to put things in place that would help them. You don't. I mean, you always express that. Where would you be without them?
Absolutely.
Right. So, is it fair that we can introduce one of your aces right now? Okay.
Who volunteers
Miss
for me.
Gibbs.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
My bestie.
I'm so happy to be here, and thank you guys for providing this platform for us.
Oh, I love her.
Yes, but I am a big supporter of Lucretia Dillard. I believe that we are a family-oriented culture at the daycare. I volunteer there almost on a daily basis. I love to be around the children, around the staff or the team members, and I love to do whatever I can do there.
Social work.
That piece is a lot. I am a retired social worker, so that piece comes up quite often. And it's not a bad piece, because when you think of social workers, sometimes people think of, oh, here comes the social worker, or here. It's not always that. Sometimes we have a scenario, a family has an issue, or an issue that they're dealing with, and we need to discuss how the center is going to help out with that. So I come in on points like that sometimes. Sometimes there's an issue with a child who needs to go into custody. I give advice on that and how the family can best play out that scenario while that child is in custody. So there are a number of things that I can do there that I appreciate Lucretia for allowing me to do, because this is a volunteer position and you have to be allowed to volunteer. So I appreciate her allowing me to do this. It fulfills a lot within me.
That's great.
Aw.
Very good, very good. Now, let me ask this question. Based on a situation, not a bad situation, but just an occurrence, we have met a young lady who started a daycare.
Gotcha.
We did make some recommendations for her to contact us so we can connect the two of you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
And just to give her a couple of nuggets today, one problem that she had was retaining employees
That can be.
and recruiting.
Awesome.
Recruiting and retaining good
Absolutely.
employees. Where would you start? Montana was giving her a whole bunch, but
What'd you say?
I want to hear it from a professional.
Well, what I said was you needed to contact Lucretia Dillard.
You know what?
And, no, I remember you were saying that, a lot of daycares have issues and troubles with either starting a daycare or keeping it open.
Right.
And we met a lady that she didn't have any issues of keeping it open, but just keeping staff. So pretty much there's a lot of, we got a few people that's coming into this class that have
Okay.
daycare centers already. And I know you say you wanted to be the one that teach
Okay.
people that's trying to open up daycares, the basic, fundamentals of, hey, this is what you're going to deal with, this is how you're going to start it, and this is the goal and things like that. So I told her that it might be beneficial to have a nonprofit daycare. One of her issues was taxes, paying a lot of taxes. And I said, well, you're a nonprofit, you don't pay any taxes. You're tax exempt.
Right.
And just have the programs under the nonprofit.
Right.
So she was thinking about that. She hasn't called me back yet, but
So that's the issue that a lot of centers go through. I actually had a situation 2 days ago where my team was going to kill me if I would have opened another center. But I had somebody contact me. They were going to walk away from the center.
Okay.
And I did look at it, but right now I'm on something else. I'm trying to work with this nonprofit, so no. And it was about getting and retaining employees. My main thing is paying your employees what they're worth and then some. Okay, making them feel that they matter. You don't want, I don't want them walking in the park, coming in the parking lot like, oh, I gotta go in here. I want them to know that they matter. Their word matters. Because I'm not gonna have anyone around me, around the kids, that do not share the same feelings that I do. So that's the main thing, is in education, keeping them educated, encouraging them to take these classes. Whatever you need for them to do, you want them to finish their certificates. Most people that come into Cradle to Crayons, they have what they're supposed to have. But again, I've had team members that were with me a long time, so most of them do have their degrees or CDAs or whatever, but a lot of them didn't. So you want to encourage them, and once they start going to school, they feel good about themselves. Once they start taking the trainings, then they can understand child development, cognitive skills, social, emotional. They can understand that, and they can put two and two together. And you have to be present. So you hear people, they open up daycares and they'll say, oh, well, I'm going to have somebody else run my business. No, you have to be present there. Have security, have surveillance cameras. Nowadays, we can see everything that goes on all the time, and it's a good thing. It's not just you want cameras for something that happens bad. A lot of times we'll show funny things that happen on the video. Parent will come in, we're like, come on, look at this, and you'll see something, they're like, oh, So they like that. They like to know what's next. So
let me ask you this question, because one of the biggest questions that she asked me, or a few of the daycare providers asked me, is I don't have enough income to pay what they're worth at this time.
So I'm going to be very, very, very blunt. You need money to make money. So if you want to start out with a child care, maybe you want to start off with a home daycare. I loved being a home daycare provider. I was one for 11 years, and I always had up 2 people that helped me out. You want to start off with, you want to be able to pay your team, period. You might just want to focus on an age group. You might want to say, I just want infants and toddlers. That's a huge market, infants and toddlers. Or you might just want to say, I want just school agers. So then you can just have a few staff for that age group. And then, get more ages once you're able to. You don't want to say, well, I'm going to pay this person this amount of money because I only can afford that. Don't do that. Because then they'll go somewhere else because somebody else will offer them more money. And sometimes it's not just about the money, because I have team members that, were stay-at-home moms. They want to get out the house and they use their money to travel, go on little vacations. One of my team members' daughter is a doctor right now, and she was able to do that because of Cradle to Crayons, the flexibility. Her daughter's a pharmacist. The other one is a marine biologist or something like that. But she can leave, but she's not. Right, Beth? We love her.
Yeah, Beth.
Well, she's awesome. I mean, it's just, you just got to pay your people, and you got to treat them right and make them feel like that their word matters.
Okay.
Period.
So if I hear you right, you build up the value with financials and personal growth. Very important.
Math, marketing, investor. Yes, that's
yeah,
absolutely.
personal growth. That personal growth is important. Them continuing that education.
Yeah.
Making them feel like they can get some titles. You put initials behind their names too?
Absolutely. Her
CDA,
daughter, Amani's been with me since that's my goddaughter, since when I had my home daycare. She now has her psychology degree.
Wow.
So she took us from here to here with that computer, because I'm not well versed in it. Catherine's been with me for 11 years, but Armani is very good with that computer. She's a psychology major like her mom, so she helps out.
That's very good.
And if I could chime in too, because you forget a lot of the things that you do that don't require money. When you come in and you hear a teacher who may be just a little bit frustrated with a child, you come in and you say, hey, go ahead, take a break for a few hours. Get out of here. Get out of the center. Go do it. It's a paid break. I'll take over your class. And she takes over the whole class for a few hours, and then the teacher can come back nice and refreshed, restored, and then ready to complete their day.
Thank you.
And that, to me, is brilliant, because I've never seen anybody do that before.
Wow. That speaks a lot. That speaks volume to that culture piece that y'all was talking about. Just maintaining not just an adequate, but a pleasurable.
And teacher
culture.
appreciation. She just did a teacher appreciation thing last week, where she set up the whole kitchen. It was in the afternoon, and so the teachers were getting ready to leave for the day. She set up the whole kitchen. She gave them Bath and Body Works. She gave them ice cream cake. We just had everything. We had nice sweets and candies and flowers and things like that, and she just appreciating her staff.
Very good.
So
very good.
That's good.
Now, I know Montana, she'll wring my neck on TV, all over the airways if I don't ask this question. What has Block done for you? How were we able to
For
contribute?
that question.
Wow.
I could not wait. That's why I'm looking at my stuff right now. I could not wait for that. Man.
it has her up at 3 o'clock
It
in the
has me up
morning.
at 3 o'clock
3
in the
o'clock in the
morning.
morning doing things.
I mean, wow. Blot. So when I came in, I already had my nonprofit. I've been working on it for a long time. And she was like, okay, let me help you out. Come to our class. So we signed up for the classes. When I say you guys know what you're doing, as far as the investing, the finance, with the insurance, wealth, what was the word? Generational wealth. Just everything, because we have, we're fortunate enough to have retirement and IRAs and all that, but the insurance piece, different things that you showed us, is awesome. So with that land, we've purchased now I could say it. We've purchased 2 pieces of land since being in your program, waterfront, beachfront land. You know, so it's awesome. But I would have never thought of that if it was not for you, because of, you know, when I'm like, okay, I'm a realtor, but there's not too much out there. You brung that, like, okay, we're not building any more land. So I'm like, okay, well, it's buildable lot in a lakefront community. I mean, just different things like that you help. And you, my dear.
And me.
Just knowing you were bringing in guest speakers. You knew everything you were talking about, and you took your time with us as far as with the nonprofit, everything. And you were never like down on us, like, oh, again, I got to say, you gave us actual examples of people that do receive things from nonprofit, and why can't we, you know? I can't even, and I know that I'm a reserved type person, so I know I was a little extra, but you guys are awesome.
Thank
you know.
Appreciate
I mean,
that.
anybody that's you can have a business. I mean, I have several. And then Demetrius with the towing, now he's going to do his 90-day, his nonprofit. You have to come to Block, because you guys are on another level. You will take anybody up to another level. If it's just one thing that you take from it, you know. I appreciate you, and I can't wait for more.
All right.
We thank you. We appreciate you.
I like that. Can you play that back? Can we play that?
Now, I mean, and we love members like this. It's because these are the members that elevate us. They challenge us. They give us the scales to reach for. When we think, excuse me, when we at one level and we think that, okay, we have plateaued, we get people such as Cradles to Crayon come in with multiple businesses that have other needs, that wants to see things bigger, and then we can see it, we can help them get there. It's not just us doing it, it's us together.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're running out a little bit of time. What much time we have? A minute, 2 minutes? Okay. So the people that's watching out there in entrepreneur land is struggling with their daycare centers that are watching this. Don't, you know, and looking at Lucretia, Ms. Diller here. Don't quit where you at to go where she at. Don't quit. She give me vital information. Stay where you're at. Just develop it better. The daycare centers, you're gonna be starting a daycare program, teaching daycares on how to develop daycare centers. So we love having her at, you know, come on the show, talking about some things that she experienced with Bly. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Ms. Daniels.
Thank you.
And you got anything to say before we tune out?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucretia, why don't you give up your number real quick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's 216-956-7395. And we'll be at the Willowick Library for our first support group this Sunday from 2 to 4. Hope you're there.
All right. Do you have an email address?
Oh, c2ccares.com and info@c2ccares.
Okay,
And
great.
Can I just
Yeah,
a
go
little
ahead.
about-
Oh,
coming
yeah.
soon will be the 90 Days Home. That is, the founder is Demetrius Moore,
Okay.
and he's going to be targeting individuals who are 40 plus, who have been incarcerated for 10 years or more due to drug offenses.
Okay. That's good.
This 90 Days Home is going to be phenomenal. It's going to teach them a whole lot of things coming out, and a lot of things that they would be stuck at. They will not be stuck going through this program.
Very good. Very good. So you hear it. You don't have to think small. We have people here that normally would be small business out here. They doing it in a big way, okay?
Yes.
Big business sitting at this table. So you got all the information. Give them a call. Look forward to everything coming to your way, all right?
All right. Well, that's our time for today. Tune in next Wednesday at noon. We have another very special guest coming in, and I'd like to say peace.
Peace.
Block Incorporated, Montana, and this is whoop whoop.
She is funny. Bird tires.
All right, see y'all guys next week at noon.